What's happening, fellas? Feast your eyes on this classic 1975 Suzuki TS185. It's more than a motorcycle. It's a time capsule. It's a time machine that'll take you back to a much simpler time 50 years ago, and it looks like it just came out of the box. This is a 5-speed, single-cylinder, 2-stroke, oil injected. It's street legal. It's light enough to take off-road, but enough power to take you down the road and get you anywhere you want to go, and pretty much runs on air. We get over probably 60 miles to the gallon. Very fuel efficient, very easy to work on, and definitely a cool classic Sierra. They made these from 73 to 76. This one's showing 5,367 miles on it, and it's got maybe 5 miles on a frame-up resto that we did on it. We took the bike right down to the frame. The top end of the engine came off. The bottom end was in good condition. The transmission and clutch was in good condition. So we went through it piece by piece. The forks came off. The front and rear wheel, swing arm, everything came off the bike. We repainted the frame rails. Starting at the front of the bike, the forks were rebuilt with new fork seals, and the fork lowers were polished. The front wheel was vapor blasted and the vapor honed, and the front tire was replaced with a brand new on off-road tire. You can see it still has the hairy nubs on there with a new tire tube. The front fender was repainted. The headlight bucket was repainted. The fork ears were repainted. The handlebars were replaced with a new set of period correct chrome bars, new grips, new levers, a new mirror, and probably the crown jewel on the bike is a fuel tank. We have the original tank, and it had some scratches on it. It wasn't perfect. We're going to repaint it to send out. I just got a tank back today. We paid $700 to have it painted without the graphics. I found this on eBay. It was $450 shipped to our door. They wanted more than that for it. It was another dealer, and I messaged them. They gave me a deal, and I thought it was an excellent value. It's an NOS tank, which they sold it to me as never having been used, but I believe it was on a bike and came from the factory where it had a small leak in the bottom of the tank. So when we put it on the bike, it was and put gas in it, had a small leak on it. So we did the Caswell tank liner, line the tank. But to find an NOS tank for a 50-year-old any motorcycle is unheard of. So I was thrilled to get it. It was $80 for the Caswell tank seal kit. So brand new tank with a Caswell tank sealer on it. We also had to buy a replacement gas cap gasket here, and you can see how clean it is inside the tank. It was absolutely spotless. The fuel petcock was replaced. The fuel lines are new. The entire intake carburetor was removed, and the airbox is cleaned and painted, and new air filter was installed. The carburetor was rebuilt. New fuel lines. The cylinder came off, went in the vapor honing tank. You can see there's no paint on that cylinder. It's vapor honed, so it's super clean. That bike's absolutely gorgeous. It looks like brand new. You know, once you put an NOS tank on a bike, everything else has to come up to snuff. That's the original paint, and the side cover which still looks great. So it has a couple scratches on it, but that's, you know, 50 an honest patina. The piston was in good condition, so we just honed the cylinder, decarbonized the head and the exhaust port, and reinstalled the top end with new gaskets, base gasket, new head gasket, and a new spark plug. The exhaust system was removed and torched and decarbonized, burned the carbon out of it, and sandblasted it, repainted it. The bolts were replaced on the chrome shield. The engine cases were cleaned. The engine covers on the right-hand side here were painted, as you can see. New gear lube, and the oil injection tank was flushed out, and new 2-stroke injector oil was installed, and the auto lube pump was serviced and adjusted. The inner cover was painted, the original cloud silver color. The outer was professionally sanded and polished. As you can see, it looks like that's not chrome, that's polished. The original shifter is in good condition. The original pegs are in good condition. The original bash plate, if you look at the bottom of the engine, it doesn't look like it's ever been off-road. There's no dents in it. Usually they get all smashed in. Like if we had one of these or a kid, we would have ruined it, would have dragged it through the mud and dirt. But this one probably was mostly a street bike. The chain guide was sandblasted and repainted. The swing arm was sanded and repainted. The shocks were dismantled and cleaned, and the springs repainted. It has a new sprocket It has a new gold chain on it, new rear tire with the tube. Rear fender was removed and painted. New grommets for the mounting grommets on the top and the bottom were installed. It's got the Kaplan Cycles custom plate on it, and it has a new taillight lens here, brand new NOS. The original seat cover, remarkably, is in good condition. This is a cover it came to us with, and it still looks good, which is surprising. So basically, every single nut and bolt on the bike was gone through top to bottom. I might have left a couple things off, but you know, I'll have that on the eBay ad. I'll have it all typed up with everything that was done to it. So good. It looks like new. It runs like new, and it's a spectacularly fun motorcycle to ride around. A lot of new hardware on it. A lot of the original hardware, like the engines, some of the engine screws and the fender mount bolts were replaced with new. The VIN number, as you can see, is in excellent condition, as with the VIN plaque on there. We actually put the white paint on there to make the VIN number pop like that, which is pretty cool. It has a new horn on it. Let me grab the work order and see if I left anything out. On a high level, there was 24 hours of the service department labor and 45 hours of detail labor. You can see it was 69 hours of shop labor. At $150 an hour was $10,350, and the parts was $1,342. And if you look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages on the work order. This is the parts list. 6. It's got a new battery in it, also new horn, new tires and tubes. 7, 8. This is a detail shop. 9, 10, 11 pages of work orders here over the course of roughly 6 months between ordering parts and waiting for everything. It has 69 hours labor, but it was about a 6-month process, finding the parts and getting everything together and painting everything and going through everything on the bike and getting it dialed right in. So that's a total of $11,692, which is more than the bike's worth. But just to give you an idea why you don't see too many restored TS185s on the market to do this much work to it is usually a labor of love, which means you're not going to get the money back out of it. Bike's an excellent original survivor that we went through and fixed everything on it that we could, and we're totally upside down as to the amount that was invested in it. We have a 2-year backlog on restoration, so we could keep picking away at it, but we'd rather keep the price somewhat affordable. So I'll let you know of a couple things we haven't fixed yet. If you look at the speedometer right here, there's an internal problem with it where it like bounces up and down when you're rolling. So the speedometer needs to be sent to Palo Alto and repaired. That's a speedometer repair place. They can repair and rebuild the speedometer. They can also reset it to 0 if you wanted to, or leave it where it is. The tachometer also does not work. It needs a tachometer cable, and the tachometer drive internally needs to be repaired. So at this point, we're so far upside down, we figured we were going to be married to it forever if we don't let her go. So total labor love. I'm obsessed with these. My friend Scott Schroer I had a Yamaha 175 DT. He had the Suzuki TS185. So a lot of fond memories of riding down the rail trails with my buddies. Scott had one of these, and it's a cool classic. You can ride your honey on the back of this thing. It's got passenger pegs. Take it to the beach. It's a great around town machine. But we did not replace the gauges. Actually, the truth of the matter is the only reason that they weren't repaired is, one, to send it to Palo Alto is going to take at least 2 months to send it and get it back. And there were no speedometers and tachometers. During the course of the restoration, we kept on looking online to find one, and we couldn't find one that had to look like brand new that was mint. So we couldn't find a tach and speedo. So that the only option was at this point was send it to Palo Alto. But you never know, one might come up, tomorrow for sale. But as far as the overall cosmetic on the bike, the chrome, this is the original chrome on the wheels is in good condition. The original fork lowers were polished. The engine cases and everything look beautiful on the bike. And a little bit of patina on the chrome on the side here that you'd expect on a 50-year-old classic. Let's see, what else can I show you? A couple scratches, as I mentioned over here. And it's missing the on the high-low for the headlight. It's missing the little plastic tab that goes on top of it, which there should be one of those available on eBay. So other than that, she's just a couple of small things to take her to the finish line, but I hope it goes to a good home. It's ready for another 50 years. It's 50 years old now this year. So if you have any questions about it, give us a call. Thanks for watching, and God bless America.